Tell me about a time where you were in an unhealthy relationship and how that affected you. Let's just get this over with. That's too deep for TV. Talk about it. Mm. I won't go into detail about like the relationship, I guess. It was just somebody that I talked to for a really long time. The unhealthy relationship affected me by I think at the time when I was dealing with that person, I didn't love myself. I didn't know my worth. When I started talking to that person, I had just came back to my walk with Christ, and I was dealing with this person before all of these changes started happening. So it was a battle for me during that time, period. But after the fact of letting that person go and finally come into a place where I am now, knowing my worth and knowing what I deserve and having boundaries that I really stick to and I'm strong in, I just look back at how it, at the end of the day, it actually affected me in a good way, more so a bad way. Now looking back, I'm so grateful to have went through that situation, honestly, because I feel he played a big part in how I see things now. God can use anything and anybody, even when we make those fleshly decisions ourselves, and he has to come in and pick up a mess we made. We cause our own detours and delays in our own life from the choices we make. But I'm just so grateful to serve a God who can come in and pick up the mess that I made and turn it into something beautiful. Where is God leading you? He's definitely leading me higher. Of course, I heard the angels calling me, a voice like thunder thumping at me. Come up here, come up higher. I have been feeling like God has been calling me higher for about 9 months now, and I have finally got to a place where I felt myself doing that. And when I say calling me higher, just meaning being more obedient, being more disciplined, really like keeping my feet planted and being rooted in him and really making decisions that I know are spirit led and are in the will of God. I'm in a season in my life right now. I'm not even gonna say a season because maybe seasons be long, but a little page in the book. I am on a page where things kind of took a little left, you know, when you creating a story. We kind of like had a climax and then we kind of like dropping down a little bit. And I feel like I'm dropping down a little bit, but I feel a climax is coming and he's leading me to go back higher. And I'm just so ready for the next chapter in my life, because this little chapter, this little page in this book, baby, the ghetto. I'm talking about white refrigerators. What is one thing you would want the little version of yourself to be proud of? How delusional our faith is. Like, baby girl, I know I talked about when I was younger, I lived life in a fairy tale, and I just, I just did anything that God put a vision in my mind. I just did it. And now, being older, I think it just looks different. I said that I don't feel like I have that in me anymore, but I have delusional faith, and I think that kind of equates to living life in a fairy tale. So what I just mean by that is I just always think that the craziest things will work out for me, or I take a leap. I'm bold about stuff that other people be like, girl, you did that, and it always work out for me. So my little version self, I will want you to be proud of the type of faith that we have. How are you being disciplined toward achieving your goals? Transparency, baby, we in the trenches with it. I'm talking about everything has white refrigerator vibes, because I am not in a disciplined place in this chapter. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not finna make it seem like, baby, we not finna lie on the net. Dang. I am not putting in the work. It's kind of like when I said that I'm trying to find what I like again. And I used to be the type of person who always had something going on. Like, if I had my music blog that I was doing, or an organization I started, or whatever, I had that drive and I had a routine. I had things that I was doing to be disciplined. I would have a routine of we finna sit down for 3 hours and we finna work on this. I don't know what I want to do anymore. So, but also I did figure out that since I don't know what I actually want to do anymore, that I can always work on that character development and be disciplined in just ways of going to the gym or reading a book, reading the word, having set time where I'm not on social media, just things like that to just create consistency and discipline in my life, even though I'm not putting that discipline towards an actual vision, if that makes sense. So yeah. So I guess it's not, maybe we moved up to like black refrigerators. Oh my goodness. Name one teacher that impacted your life. Dr. Tally. Girl. So if you went to school with me when we was at Bell, you probably remember her as Miss Cole. And hopefully it's still Dr. Tally now. I haven't seen her in about 3 years. But oh my goodness. Dr. Tally, she was my second and fourth grade teacher at Bell Elementary. And after all those years, I was going back to Bell. I started going back up there like 2017, I believe, to volunteer. And she was still there. And I was helping her. And Miss Brown was still there at the time. She was my first grade teacher. I love her too. And I had stayed in contact with Dr. Tally for up until about 2023. I need to see if her number still works. But she impacted my life just because she just, I don't know. She was just one of those teachers that you just remember forever. And I just always remember her being kind to me and she just loved me. And being older and going back to see her, she treated me like her baby. Oh, I just love her so much. So definitely Miss Cole, Dr. Tally. If you had to pick a song to title this season of your life, what would it be? Living proof of what the mercy of God can do. If you knew me then, you believe me now. Woo! Okay. Okay, so that song, and then I want to say it's called Altar. There's no way at the altar. Woo, Jesus. Mm-mm-mm. They say the songs that make you cry when you worship, it describes the season of your life that you're in. Baby, I gotta go on a fast because what? Tell me about your childhood best friend. So my first best friend was, I met her at the end of kindergarten because I transferred schools. We were best friends from first to about sixth grade. We were so close that I would spend the night at her house for like a week straight. Her mom bought us matching clothes. She was always at my house. I'm always at her house. I just really appreciated her parents for just treating me like their daughter, and they loved me, and I went everywhere with her. We did so much together, and that kind of honestly was the core of my childhood, is having a best friend like that at such a young age. We're still friends to this day. She lives in Texas now. Shout out to Kashayla, Shayla, hey girl. She got 2 kids now, and she's just so beautiful still, and just still a sweetheart and stuff. So yeah, if you had to sing a song bar for bar from your favorite artist, what song would you choose and why? I would choose Live in the Sky by T.I. I don't know, I just love that song, and he is my favorite artist. He's been my favorite rapper since I was like 11 years old. One of the reasons he's my favorite artist is because I love storytellers, and T.I. is, of course, one of the best storytellers. In that song, life's ups and downs, they come and go. When I die, I hope I live in the sky. What are your red flags? Red flags. This is Six Flags. We're gonna have a blast. Um, like I said, self-centered. Um, I can be very, I guess, I be disconnected. I disconnect from things. Um, I, I, I'd rather not have those deep conversations. I would rather just basically pretty much cut you off. I don't want to talk about it. But I mean, I work through those things, but I mean, just in general, just being honest. because I'm avoidant, so I don't like things that just make, I don't like being in situations where I feel like, like I said, I don't do things that I don't want to do. So I feel like if a situation is making me feel like I gotta do something, I'm just gonna run from it because it's like, you're not my mom, you're not my dad. Like, I don't have to talk to you, I don't have to do this. So those are my red flags. When was the last time you felt like you wanted to give up your walk with Jesus? Like yesterday. Like, I literally text her, my phone over there. I told her, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I said, baby, I'm tired of walking the narrow path. Just, baby, hey, we be raw over here, okay? And when I say I'm tired of walking the narrow path, I'm not literally saying I'm finna go to the wide path. I'm just saying it be like that in this walk for real, and people just try to make it seem like it's just rainbows and butterflies, and like when you walk with Jesus, like, oh, you have to, no, when you really trying to be obedient and you having to battle and fight against spirit and flesh, that's hard. When you know what's right, when God's giving you the wisdom and knowledge for certain things, but your flesh want to do this, and you know, kind of miss your old life a little bit, but you know too much, and it's always that battle with flesh and spirit, and it's hard, bro. I be wishing that I didn't know what I know now, and I'm like literally tired of this, Grandpa. This is, baby, I don't want to call the walk with Jesus ghetto. Like, that is very, I rebuke me in the name of Jesus. But this is crazy. I guess it's because the season I'm in right now is just like, but that's why we gotta persist and endure and fight the good fight. Drop some clapping emojis in the chat. Clap it up for your girl. Hold on, let me fix my phone. Clap it up for your girl. You know what I'm saying? Drop some stars in the chat for my girl Shar, because we proud of her with what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? And we not keeping nothing quiet on the creek with this one. Drop the stars in the chat for sure. What stars got to do with anything?
I'm telling you, she came out of nowhere.